Hi, it's Thomas at Vantage Point Survival. So today I want to go over an e-kit. So those of you who may not know, an e-kit is an emergency kit. And this emergency kit is the one that I keep in my vehicle, my small car. So I wanted to go over what I keep and why I keep it, and a couple of things about emergencies. So in this vehicle now that I drive around most of the time, in both vehicles, I have life straws. A life straw is a drinking device that on this end you open the cap, you place that into your non-drinkable water, so a puddle, and then you pop the end off and you drink the straw, and that's where you get your water. It's good for about 200 gallons. So this is a $20 item. If water is readily available, it's an awesome tool to have. So that being said, I live in Florida, so this is a very easy tool to carry around. It's lightweight. Put it in the car, and I'm gonna find water. If I break down in the middle of nowhere, there's water. That being said, I used to live in California. I would carry with me always a gallon of water because it's not the same situation. So that's kind of the premise about e-kits is it's always going to be specific to you, your location, and what you feel is important. So in my kit, you'll see a couple things, and I'll point them out, and you'll be like, "Well, that's kind of stupid. I wouldn't do that," but that's my preference. So the e-kit is basically for first responders to any type of emergency. So that being said, it's more about a mindset when you respond to emergency. If somebody is sitting over there in an accident and you respond and you are freaking out, oh my God, there's so much blood, I can't believe you're not dead, you're not helping that person. But if you respond and calmly assess the situation, get emergency help on the way as fast as you can, however that may work out, and meantime, you're providing them comfort. That's essential to their survival to keep them out of shock. So, in my e-kit, you know, there's some things that obviously other people may not have, but one of them is an emergency blanket. Well, why do you need a blanket in the middle of Florida? It's too hot. But that's the whole aspect of shock. This shock and their internal temperature starts to go crash down, and then they could die from shock. Provide them with an e-blanket. Hey, you got a compound fracture. I throw this on there. I put a couple of pieces of Band-Aid. It's not about fixing them. It's not about making them better. It's about getting their mindset that they're going to be okay. So if you show up and you're out of your mind, oh my God, blood everywhere, you're going to die, that's what they're going to think. If you show up and say, hey man, you're hurt, but I got a bandage, let me give you this bandage, let me put this blanket on you, keep you warm. We got help on the way, guy. They're on their way. I'm telling you, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. It's not as bad as you think. You give them something to eat, you give them a drink of water. That could be the difference. That could be the difference between life and death, and it really is that simple. Don't play it up to something it isn't. It usually is just that simple. So my kid, I got a couple of these glow sticks in case of emergency at night. My flashlight's a really good one, from when I worked in law enforcement. It's a streamlight and it strobes and it's very strong. I don't know how many lumens, well over 100. So that's good in case I need to trek out at night or something. I got a little hooded poncho, my emergency blanket. I got some solid combustible fuel, some waterproof matches, some antiseptic ointment, some antibiotic ointment, a snake kit. I have this because Florida is crazy with snakes. So if I pull over to change a tire and I get bit, hey, I got something, if nothing else, to help me out immediately. So, a multi-tool. Now, here's where you probably say, oh, yeah, this guy's way out there. But hey, I think about it. I used to live pretty close to a nuclear reactor, and currently I live 63 miles from a nuclear reactor. Potassium iodide tablets. This blocks the uptake of radiation into your thyroid. So this is what you would give in the nuclear emergency. So I keep this in my car. If I'm going to visit somebody, a family member, whatever, and something happens, hey, I have my supply that'll last me enough to get to a better position to take care of that issue. You don't know what's going to happen or when it's going to happen. So I carry potassium iodide. I have them at home. I give them to people for gifts. Yeah, whatever. They think I'm crazy, but actually, some people are very thankful to have that. So the premise of this little kit is for my self satisfaction. I'll add to it and subtract to it, like I say, but just get a kit. You know, if it's just for you or just for your family. If you never pull over for an accident, hey, that's the way you run your life, and that's the way you run your life. But you should be prepared. Basic CPR, basic little e-kit. Definitely get yourself something for water. You know, the basic necessities. The other thing I keep in my car is a bunch of peanuts, a bunch of honey roasted peanuts or sugar coated peanuts. That's really good to provide the caloric intake that you're going to need to sustain if you were out more than a couple days, if you got stranded somewhere with no food. You know, and besides that, a kid driving an hour one way for me to go visit family, and they get real antsy and, oh, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. Hey, throw peanuts at the kids. That keeps them happy, and then I replenish my stock. But whatever your kit is what your kit is. But I just want to go over the basics of what my kit consists of. So if you like what you see, then subscribe to our page and like us on Facebook. All right. Thanks a lot. Be safe.